Welcome to 9Ankur, 9Ankur, Parenting Baby Startup in 9 Months project. The project came out with a conceived by none other than 1 by 12 Mandi sir, Becho Siko Socho. A 9 months project as a startup for postgraduate students. The title of the project is Nava Ankur, 9Ankur, Parenting Baby Startup in 9 months. Welcome. Many companies one can see here. Kisan Kirana, a Madhya Pradesh based grocery company. Matic Network, a blockchain company. Freekamal.com, an online company. Freekamal.com. Ranchi Mall, blockchain related initial coin offering. Inbound Mantra, a marketing company. Matic Network. Wow. Grail, Sportseed, Freekamal.com, Kisana, Kisan Kirana. These are all startups came out of Ankur 9. A project came out as startup. Today, the valuations are in crores of rupees. Amazing. Welcome to 9Ankur. A postgraduate program will always have a final year project. 9 months is turned into a startup. The final year project is completely converted into a startup. Tiny startup, small, tiny, nanne munne startup. Team of 2 to 3 students come together and they work as cohesive team. Academic weightage is also being given for them. It depends on 30 credits out of 120 credits. It's 1/4 of the whole program. Ankur 9, turning the final year project into startups. Learning outcome, baby startup in the hands of a student as takeaway home takeaway. Choti si nanne munne baby startup in the hands of young men and women. It is the startup in the hands of young people. Purpose is very clear. बेहतर शिक्षा, बेहतर सिखाई, बेहतर प्लेसमेंट, बेस्ट प्लेसमेंट एंड थोड़ी पैसा कुछ तो इतना अच्छा स्टार्टअप बनाया है उससे फायदा भी मिलता है, पैसा भी मिल सकता है. This has got a base and this practice has came out as AICTE New Startup Policy 2019 launched by our Prime Minister Ankur Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Swavalamban Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharata, Swayam Sahayata, standing on our own legs. This is the message, this is the attempt, this is the prayas of the whole program. Ankur 9, AICTE and Ministry of Education New Startup Policy referred to it, Ankur Bharat. The concept of 9Ankur is innovating and radical. It is simple curricular learning. Everyday learning is converted and put together as startup. Application of the knowledge, skills and attitudes, all that what the student is learning is being practiced and converted and packed into a particular package called startup in 9 months. And the startup has got the potential to become a unicorn in the days to come. It is a bija. It is power packed. It exists, the power of it exists inside the startup. It might come out as a unicorn. Why not? Every startup has come out like that only. Why not? The uniqueness of Ankur 9 is a baby startup by a student, made by a student, made out of a student, grown out of a student, and it is the student itself. A student outgrows as startup. It is one's own. The beauty is that a student is reflected demonstrated, visible in the startup the student has made it. Ankur 9 and made out of a student's ideas, imagination, intuition, inspiration, creativity, kalpanashilata, hard work, mehnat, labor, talent, tenacity, ethics, and ambition, apeksha. All of the students will come into and focal into a tiny startup which has got a great potential to become a unicorn. Ankur 9. Outsiders' contribution is minimum and only advisory. It is the making of, and it is the student who makes it. An outsider's contribution is almost minimum. Startup by the student and of the student and out of the student and for the student. That's the beauty about Ankur concept. Student, an young man is parenting a startup. It is not parroting, it is parenting of a startup and having a patent on the parent, having a patent on the startup. A student is parent of a startup having a patent on the startup. The beautiful concept of 9Ankur. The concept of Ankur 9 is dependent on scientific principles. Take a water molecule. There are hydrogen and oxygen. Three elements, atoms are there. And together they form into a water molecule. When the three students, one and the other one, come together, work as a chemical bond, in a curricular bond, the startup emerges like a water molecule. What a fantastic way of making the students to work intensely. तालीम में तनाव की जरूरी है. तालीम में तनाव की जरूरी है. The chemical bond like H2O working among the three students will form into an Ankur 9. Seeing the same thing in some other way, a circuit created of independent components. Each student is assumed as one independent component. These are the three components connected in a circuit in a series mode, not in a parallel mode, so that voltage and resistance of flow of current is taken care. What a beauty. Such a kind of thing will lead to excellent result. A circuit created of independent components connected in series mode so that the voltage and resistance of a startup are taken care. That is Ankur 9. How come results can't happen? They do. Only thing is design is an important thing. Welcome to Ankur 9. Oh, Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Let us work together. This is a Shanti mantra we hear many times. Let us work together. Why not students work together? Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvi Navidatamastu. Tejasvinavaditamastu. When we work together, the light emerges out of our collective working. Tejasvinavaditamastu. How come two students and three students working together, light won't come out of it? Do come out of it. Results flows out of it. Mavid Visavahai. Once the light is produced, let us not fight. Mavid Visavahai. What a beautiful Shanti shloka. Ankur 9 is dependent on this. Sahano Bunaktu. Let this light take care of all of us. Not only the three students who are working, two students working on Ankur 9, but also the whole humanity. Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahano Vavatu. Wow. Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Visavahai. Ankur 9 is designed on Om Shanti, Om Shanti. The whole humanity should become peaceful and happy. The education can be designed on this Shanti principle. The idea of Ankur 9 is that peace for all, the whole humanity of 7 billion humankind. Ankur 9 is a unique project. It is an academic project, but it is not a typical academic project, which most of the people we see it. Students come together, and most of the loafers, they just come together, form into a group, produce something, and give it to get marks and get out. You go to any engineering college, you can see this, the kind of junk yards which you can see that. They're all projects which are there. There are learning projects, but they are not a unique projects where the value is being created. It is the end of it is learning, but not in terms of best earning. The beauty is we need to go beyond just learning and further. The idea is knowledge, skills, and attitudes are being repeatedly and iteratively applied by the students, and that application can be put together and a startup can be created out of it. Integration and interdisciplinary approach of by many students, subjects coming together can create wonderful startups. Ankur 9 is not an academic project. It is real startup, real money, real customers, and really registered and a physical entity. It is patenting and parenting a startup. A student is a parenting a company beyond patenting. That's a beauty. Ankur 9, the baby startup, looks tiny, very, 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 very nanne munne, but it has got a potential. It is a bija of a banyan tree. The whole future banyan tree is put into small, tiny bija. A startup is a bija created by the students coming together. Valuation comes out of the future potential of it, not out of current profits, not out of current look and size of it. It is atomic. Ankur 9 is atomic and strategic entity. Ankur DNA is spreading swiftly. It's a viral expansion. Overnight spreads like a viral corona. It's very good corona. And it is by the young, innovative brains. It's a vibrant entity created, it's an antidote for UCA environment. Ankur 9 is intellectual, emotional, physical, and economical entity. Intellectual, the students' understanding, students' emotions, students' physical activity, and results into an economic real time. A dollar, a pound, a money, a rupee, company and enterprise is being created. A baby startup, Ankur 9. The purposes are very clear. Ankur 9 tests the students thoroughly. It embodies the proof of the student, how much a student group is capable of it. It's just visible. छुपाने की जरूरी नहीं है, बाहर निकल के दिखता है कि क्या है बोल के. Light doesn't require to be searched for. It comes out. Learning, earning, and enjoying the learning is the fundamental bunyadi cheese of an anchor. Beyond patenting towards parenting. That's the slogan Ankur 9 came out with. When it is said baby enterprise, baby startup, people are thinking that it is a a business planning exercise versus family planning. Yeah, in family planning, a one team, one child policy will be implemented. In family planning, one team will have one child policy. But Ankur 9 uses business planning exercise very differently. The first startup is not the last startup by these particular teams. The teams can come out many startups, and second child, third child, fourth child, innumerable number of startups can come out of, spewed out of these particular teams. That's a beauty. And Ankur 9 are lean startups. The basic and fundamental thing is lean principles of experimentation, fast learning fast. It's not learning which is important. Learning fast and intensive learning is important. It is iterative. Again and again and again and again, learning is important. Pivoting, changing, shifting. That's the whole idea of learning. Innovative metrics. And altogether, new generational metrics will be found out, invented, part of Ankur 9. No wastage. Crux and the fundamental of lean principles, design thinking principles are applied for Ankur 9. Welcome to Ankur 9. बेचो सीखो सोचो, सीखो सोचो बेचो, बेचो बेचो बेचो, बेच के सीखो, बेच के सीखो, खरीद के नहीं, खरीद के सीखो नहीं, बेच के सीखो. पढ़ाई के खर्चा पढ़ाई में, पढ़ाई से पढ़ाई के लिए निकालना. It's nothing wrong. Learning expenses are earned in learning, through learning and for learning. Ankur 9 principles are this. सबको शिक्षा अवसर है, जरूरी है, आसान भी है, बहुत ही आसान है. Ankur 9 makes it बहुत ही आसान. बेचो, सीखो, सोचो. Thank you very much for your time. If you like it, share this video with others. 1/12 Mandi sir. Thank you very much.